going on, guys? It's your girl Lala coming at you. Welcome back. The challenge, War of the World. This is now episode 8. We are halfway through. I have my notes. I wrote a lot because this episode was really juicy. Last episode was kind of slow. So let's jump right into it. We're back at the house and the UK team is going strong. First Bear had the relic, then Ashley had the relic. And it doesn't seem like there's anything that can tear these guys apart. And that's very scary to see. They're the new guys and they're just going to skate their way into the finale. I have no idea how these vets even allowed this to happen. Let's move on. We find out that Dee does not know how to swim. And that is crazy to me, to think that you would come to a challenge and not know how to swim and think that you are not going to have a swimming challenge. That is beyond crazy to me. But thank goodness her partner is Wes. If you don't know who Wes is by now, he was on a swim team. He's very competitive with swimming. That's what what he does back home. And it's great to see and it's great to hear from Wes that the moment Dee picked Wes, she told him, listen, I don't know how to swim. You're going to have to help me. And I like that rather than showing up to the challenge and then saying, oh, by the way, I don't know how to swim, and completely ruin the challenge for your partner. Wes is basically teaching her in this little swimming pool. He's teaching her how to hold her breath underwater. He's teaching her how to swim back and forth. And I mean, she looks like someone who doesn't know how to swim. And that's fine. But he tells us that he's going to lie and tell her that she is one of the best swimmers he's ever seen and kind of see if this is maybe a mind over matter thing. And I agree with him. I think most of the time when people are afraid, especially in Dee's case, because she said that at 14 she almost drowned. That is a traumatic experience, but sometimes the mind does take over and puts fears in our heads. And thinks that we can't overcome things when in reality we absolutely can. Quickly go over to Bear and he's talking to his girlfriend and she's saying, where have you been? I haven't heard from you. Are you avoiding me? Like, what's going on? I'd rather you just tell me than lie to my face. And he is lying. He's just like, there's nothing to worry about. Everything is fine. And Georgia and Cara Maria are basically listening outside. And Georgia's face she just switches and she goes red. And she goes inside and she goes, hey, Bear, what's going on? What are you doing? Are you all right? And the girlfriend goes, is that Georgia? That really fires Georgia up. And she tells the entire house that he's a pig, that he's been lying, that, she's like, I've been with you this entire time. And I've asked you if you had a girlfriend back home and you kept telling me no. So you're just a big liar. Like, that's all you're doing. You think that you can hang out with me and be here with me in the challenge and then go back home to your girlfriend. You have another thing coming because that's not going on. So we get to the challenge and finally it's a water challenge. Dee girl, I hope you're ready. This challenge was called Brain Freeze. And basically they have to run into the ocean about 100 yards and grab a puzzle piece. Each team has a color-coded puzzle section. So they have to grab their color. That teammate will then run and keep going. They have to grab 8 puzzle pieces. Now, this is in the ocean, it's in the Skeleton Coast, and it's in Africa. You would think that the water is warm. The water is 59 degrees. So this is freezing. I mean, it's not freezing, but it's going to be interesting to see the shock that people feel when they enter the water. Once you grab all 8 pieces and you place them in your area, you then have to build a tower. It's basically like Tetris. First 3 teams to win will go into the Tribunal and will be safe for elimination. It starts and it's hilarious because Kyle's in the lead for the guys, which is funny because Ashley, you notice like a little slow-mo, Ashley's all the way in the back. So this guy is all muscle, he can't run. Okay, anyways, so it starts and because Kyle's in the front, he's running to the sand as the girls are running towards the ocean. He passes by Cara and he tries to trip her. Honestly, I heard that Cara and Kyle actually don't have issues, nor does Polly and Kyle, and it's basically them turning up for the camera, which is interesting to hear, because I wouldn't think that about Cara, but I would about Polly, so it just makes me think, like, do they really have beef, or is this all for the cameras? I guess we'll find out. we see Turbo struggling a little. Like, he's like, dude, this is effing hard. And it's good to see that Turbo's not a robot. I mean, he's great at everything and I love it. I am just nervous for the day that I find out what he's not great at. That's really gonna make me sad. And you know what? Dee is doing really good. She is keeping calm. She is staying in her lane. She's doing what she needs to do. And Wes is being such a great partner. He's being so supportive. And it really is mind over matter. Nice one, Wes. We find out that Maddie is here on the challenge for her mom. Her dad passed away when she was 17. And she admits that she just was not a great child to her mother growing up. She was kind of a dick. And, you know, she wants to be able to give this money to her mother and tell her, babe, you don't have to work anymore. And I love that. It kind of made me see a softer side of Maddie. I love her to begin with, but this just makes me, you know, love her even more. Hunter goes, we're done, let's start building the tower. And George is like, no, we need one more. Hunter, go! And Hunter's like, no, we don't. We have 8. She's like, no, we don't. So he starts counting, and he goes, 8. And she's like, oh, shit. All right, cool. So I don't know if Georgia just doesn't believe in Hunter or if she was just so into the game and she was just like, go, 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 that she didn't realize. But it was really funny to see. Turbo is literally good at puzzles. So while on one hand he was complaining that it was fucking hard, on the other, he's killing the puzzle. Dee and Wes win first, and that is amazing. That is a testament to Wes and everything that he is. I give him a lot of shit for being a weasel, but I have been following him since Real World with him and Johanna, and honestly, I'm so proud of him. He has evolved into such a great person. He is still very sneaky. He is still very manipulative, but when he has a partner and he is 100% with his partner, and it's great to see him supporting Dee. And I'm so proud of her. You can tell she's like, I didn't even know how to swim and I beat y'all, like, ha. So that's awesome. Right after, Nani and Turbo get it, so that's exciting. I think they've been in the Tribunal now twice, if not 3 times, which is great. Same for Wes and Dee. And he does this like little kick, and every time Turbo does something when he wins, I just think of him as Vegeta from Dragon Ball Super. Not the English version, the subbed version. I only listen in Japanese, by the way, because that is the only way to listen to it. And I'm trying to learn Japanese, so that kind of helps me out a little. And then last but not least, it's getting down. There's one team left for the Tribunal spot, and Theo and Kara take the win, and they start doing this dance, and Kara's like on the floor humping the sand. It's really funny. So we get to the Tribunal meeting area, and they basically pick people so quickly. Like, now it's just becoming routine. No one's really talking about it. No one's really having an argument about anything. Dee and Wes pick Bear and Devon. Nani and Turbo pick Hunter and Georgia, and Nani mentions that this is going to be a burn vote. And Kara and Theo pick Kyle and Maddie. We get to the club, and Hunter and Nani are dancing. I'm not sure if Hunter used to be Magic Mike in an afterlife or if he was a stripper. If you know if he was a stripper at one point, let me know, because he is doing such a stripper dance on Nani, and she's loving it. She's loving every minute of it, and I'm not mad. Bear and Devon are sitting next to each other, and they're kind of going over the game and going over, like, if they get picked, who are they going to go after? And Bear is lying to Devon and saying that he's going to put in Hunter and Georgia, when in reality he's setting what's called a bear trap. He is going to fight with Hunter to the point that Georgia's going to get involved, and then Georgia's going to come to him. He basically just says, like, she's just going to come back to me. I know she is. What a scumbag. I thought Kyle was bad. You are worse. Bear calls Hunter out, and Hunter's trying to defend himself, and Georgia gets involved, and then Hunter and Georgia get into an argument, and then Georgia goes over to Bear, and Bear basically says, you look beautiful tonight, and boom, she's in the bear trap. She is caught again. Ridiculous, girl. Come on. I hope you see this, and you're like, it clicks in your head that you just need to move the fuck on. Wes tells Hunter, because Hunter's getting really riled up at this point, he tells him, like, dude, the challenge is not one in here or in here. It's one in here, and you're losing, bro. And he's right. It's not. That's why I get so mad about Ashley, because he thinks he's so big and bad because he has all this muscle, but it's all about, it's a mental game. You can't run. You don't finish puzzles. What can you do? You can hold yourself on a pole, great, but can you run a 3-day finale? Can you do puzzles? That's why I give him such a hard time, because he is so worried about his physical appearance that he doesn't understand that it's all a mental thing. We get back home and Nani basically grabs Hunter and says, let's go to bed, to calm him down so that he doesn't do anything stupid. And it's nice to see that Hunter has someone in his corner. The next morning, you know, Hunter goes up to Georgia and apologizes, and then takes it back by saying, you know, I'm not gonna apologize for giving you tough love. You know, he's using you, he's playing you. And according to Georgia, she said it really quickly. She said that Hunter called out Bear, when in reality it was Bear that called out Hunter. I'm not sure if maybe it was bad editing and we have the wrong version, but it was clear as day that Bear was the one that started it. So yeah, Bear is in her ear and Bear is manipulating her. It is crazy to see. We get to the killing floor and all it is a rope ring on the floor. And TJ tells us that this is one of his all-time favorite eliminations. That is scary. That means there will be blood. Everyone in the tribunal, they end up picking, and they pick Bear and Devon. Bear and Devon then say, well, you know, since you guys put us in, we're gonna go after one of your friends. And they decide to go against Gus and Jenna to threaten Nani's alliance. This guy is good. This guy is smart. The elimination is called push and pull. We get to round 1 and it's between Gus and Bear. And at one point, Gus kind of stands up and tries to yank it out of Bear's hands, but his hands slip and he loses that round. Jenna and Devon go and Devon wins. It was like easy, and now it's 2-0. Bear and Devon are up right now. So round 3 is Gus and Bear, and you could tell that Bear is basically gassing out. He lets go at one point, like he's just laying on his side and he just lets go. So that, you know, now it's 2-1 and round 4 starts, and Wes was basically saying, put your knee in her face to Jenna. She was saying, Jenna, put your knee in Devon's face. Devon hears it, she's not having it, and Devon gets so mad. She just demolishes Jenna, and they win. Bear catches a quick kiss on Devon's lips, and it was funny, so extra. They now have the relic. Jenna and Gus are gone. You know, we're halfway through the season, and it's UK on top right now. Like, they just keep sending everyone else home, and that's crazy to me. So we get a little mid-season teaser. Nani and Kara are kind of going after each other. Nani says, you know, I was gone for 4 seasons, I come back and you're a completely different person. I agree. I think after Abram, she completely changed her MO. And I mean, it doesn't help that she's with Pauly, who's such a TV hog, and he's so thirsty, he needs the camera time at all times. So you are a product of your environment and who you date. And that is what she has become. TJ also makes an announcement that there will be no teams. At a certain point, I think it's going to be right before the finale, maybe even the next episode, they're going to remove all teams and everyone is going to be for themselves. I think this will be the point where UK is going to dwindle down. We also catch a really quick glimpse. I had to pause it a few times. Pauly has an oxygen mask on and Kara's holding his face. I have a feeling something happens. Maybe he gets removed from the game. I hope so. So that's all I have for you guys today. That's the wrap up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who are you guys rooting for? Now that we know that it's the halfway point, who are you rooting for? I'm still Team Nani and Team Turbo. I hope that they can push forward and make this happen. I really think that they can do it. Let me know who you're rooting for. Hit me up on all my social media. I will be live tweeting on the day of the challenge. I will also be posting this a lot sooner. I have my setup now ready. I know exactly what I'm gonna do, so don't worry for next time. Alright guys, bye.